Hey guys, it's General Lifesbane. What's up? So I made a. I just finished my my Death Knight, my beta. Or as far as I wanted to go with it, I didn't finish it by any means. So anyway, I rolled one of the new allied races. I rolled a dark dwarf, and created a mage because I do want to see how the mage is going to work.
Greetings.
So I haven't even set up my rotation, so I wanted to kind of show you the juicy goodness that is the Fire Mage in this expansion. And the reason I say that is because a lot of the classes, were in. They changed from Draenor to Legion. They changed from. They're going to change from Legion to BFA. But Fire Mage, in a sense, hasn't changed at all. Meaning, you can go straight into it and pick right back up where you left off in Legion and be just as good as you are right now in Legion. Oh, I saw that flying block. That's amazing, a flying block of death. Anyway, so we got some fire starter, fireball, pyroblast spells, always critical strike, above 90%. But you're not above 90%. If you're fighting dudes at 90% and above the entire gameplay of your life, fuck off. That means you're not killing anything. So, how about not? And, see, Pyromaniac. Casting Pyroblast and Flame Strike while in a Hot Streak. 8% chance to instantly reactivate Hot Streak. Hot Streak, well, I think everybody knows what Hot Streak is. Hot Streak is the burning up stage, and when you get, fully engulfed, you get that free Pyroblast, which, I mean, you can cast Pyroblast anyway. It hurls an immense thing, and a lot of times if you actually just start off your cast with a Pyroblast, it actually goes right into a Hot Streak anyway. So that's cool, except it's very long, very boring way to play. Then you have Searing Scorch. Scorch deals 150 increased damage and is guaranteed a critical strike when the target is below 30% health. See the difference between here? Above 90% health, weak. Below 30% health, strong as fuck, right? Because how often are you going to be into your... Okay, if you ever played a warrior, you're into an execute, right? How often are you going to be with a target that's below 30% health? And you're going to get 150% increased damage and guaranteed critical strikes on top of that? Yeah. So either, in my opinion, I don't know, either they need to fix Pyromaniac to actually make it worthwhile, or they leave it alone, and this is where you guys are going to go. Searing Touch. Okay, so Mishima replaces Blink 20 yards forward. Blast Wave causes an explosion around yourself, knocking them back. All enemies within 8 yards, knocking them back away from you and reducing their movement speed by 70%. Basically, this is like an oh shit, do that, blink away, run, whatever, get the hell out of there type of thing. This is a save your ass spell right here. Blazing Soul, casting Blink ignites a blazing barrier around you. That's cool too. It all depends really is how strong that barrier ends up being. I could see both of these. I could see this in PvE and see this in PvP for sure. So, for Shiggles, let's go with this. Encounters flow, building up to 20%, increased damage, and then diminishing down. No. If I'm going to build up, I want to stay up. Mirror Image creates 3 copies on a 2-minute cooldown. Okay. I just picked that right away because I liked it before. So, Rune of Power replaces a Rune of Power on the ground for 10 seconds, which increases your spell damage by 40%. This is cool. I could see this actually in some boss fights. I could actually see that happening quite often because you're going to get more out of that than this. But if you're not in a dungeon and using that, then I would definitely want that. So reduces the cooldown of Fire Blast by 2 seconds and increases the maximum charges. Okay. Alexstrasza's Fury Dragon Breath always critically strikes and contributes. Hurls a Phoenix that deals 843 damage to the target and splashes 225 fire damage to nearby energy, and that's also a critical strike. 3 charges of that sounds like a AoE type deal. I could definitely see that in a Mythic Plus type environment where you guys are pulling like ads crazy, and you need some like serious DPS and dots wearing them down. Oh god, and you're gonna use Dragon Breath a lot. I'm gonna say Flame On, dude. I can't see how that would be wrong in any situation. Really. Dropping the cooldown from 10 seconds to 8 seconds, increasing the charge from 2 to 3. Yeah, dude. Frenetic Speed. Casting Scorch increases your movement speed by 30 seconds. How often are you going to cast Scorch? All the time, I hope. That is definitely. Ice Ward, no. Ring of Frost, that's a kind of a cool CC. It was useful back in the day. Basically dropping a ring on the ground, and anybody who stepped within that ring wasn't incapacitated for like a little while. So that was cool. I don't know. That could be cool, helpful later on. I'll come back to that. I'm really liking this Scorch though. Not Scorch, but Frenetic Speed, based off of Scorch. So 9, you got Flame Pack. Flame Strike leaves behind a patch of flames. Maybe Unstable Magic. Just like Unstable Magic in the past, the Fireball has a 25% chance to explode on impact, dealing 40% additional damage to the target and other enemies within 8 yards. Does that not sound cool? Guys. Yeah. Okay, so if you're not picking that, then whatever, dude. You can stop watching the video. Living Bomb is the Living Bomb of old. And I don't even want to read it. It sounds cool, sounds badass. But it's good spread. But no thank you. 100. Kindling, your Fireball, Pyroblast, Fire Blast, and Phoenix Flames crits reduce the remaining cooldown on combustion by a second. And I think if you guys actually saw my Death Knight one, you would probably agree with Kindling's pretty cool. Kindling would be cool if it was combined with Firestarter. But Firestarter has to be better than it is now to make it worthwhile. At some point, I think that it probably will be, but at 90% above, it's only a good starting for a fight. And after that, then you're done. At least the stuff now that you can use through the entire fight. Pyroclasm. Consuming Hot Streak has a 15% chance to make your next non-instant Pyroblast within 15 seconds deal 300% additional damage. And 2 charges of this. Plus, it's a cool word, Pyroclasm. Anyway, Meteor calls down a meteor which lands at the target location after 3 seconds, dealing a fairly significant amount of damage. But what I don't like about Meteor is that if you're dropping it into the middle of an AoE pack, that damage is split amongst everybody. So if you're doing the math, okay, 3,000 divided by 8, right, is like under 400 damage to each person. If there was 8, it's under 400 damage for each person hit. The other cool part is you're also dealing about 750, 800 damage as a dot on top of that. So if you're doing like an AoE type thing, a trash killing thing, I can see that being useful. But it's not useful in anything else other than just clearing trash in raids. It's not worth it in Mythic. Before I actually start playing, I wanted to show you guys what was at. Wow, lag. Is it just me or nope? I think I ran out of my fireball. So it's not going to happen every... Wow. So you could actually potentially even... so what you want to do, right, is... you want to start off with your fire blast to initialize heating up, right? And then by lowering it, because we dropped it down to 8 seconds, I guess it's actually 9 seconds. So this starts your heat up, and then you go into your fireball, and as your crit gets higher, oh my god, what's my crit at right now? I'm even afraid to look. 42%. That's got to be a lot higher. I definitely have to get my crit higher. But I don't have any of this stuff. This is just your basic starting deal right here. Roll the bones. It doesn't really matter. I don't even know why she jumped onto my crap. So anyway, lost my train of thought. Here we go. So if you do your fire blast, that's going to give you heating up. It's going to give you heating them up if I actually... Let me rebuild that shit, son of a bitch. So here we go. I'm letting it build up here. This freaking rogue is annoying as fuck. But, needless to say, so you want to do your fire blast. That's going to give you heating up. And then you want to go right into your fireball, which should give you pyroblast all the time. Granted, eventually you aren't going to, like, fireball's not going to always give you a crit like that one right there. It's not going to always do that. But a lot of the times it will. You notice this guy's heating up over here too, but it's out of my sight, so it's pissing me off. But this could be interesting, and I think I'm going to have to try this here. I might try this over Scorch. So let's see what I'm going to do here. So heating up. Come on, lag. Jesus, dude. By the time you're finished your cast, there we go. Oh, okay, I gotcha. So that could be useful. Okay, so there's your AoE. If you're going to do some instant shit, there's your AoE. I actually like that a lot better. But that's definitely a finishing move, your Scorch. I definitely think I would do a macro to combine that into here. So your crit chance, maybe even with Fireball, because if it's going to throw your crit chance up by 100% of the time for 10 seconds, that's going to give you 2 to 3 Pyroblasts. Or if you're doing some serious AoE, it's going to actually get your Flame Strikes out there pretty decently. All right, so that is that, and I really like this. I can't speak, but the Fire Mage actually looks really cool.